Joining me right now is Mr. Channa Vijayawardena. How are you doing, Mr. Channa?
Fine, thank you very much.
How's the event been so far to you?
Good, short and sweet and nice. Everything was there.
Well, let me cut to the chase. What do you think about our new queen, our new Miss World 2021 Sri Lanka?
Yeah, well, I come into the traditional part when they come into dance and everything. So, showcasing our culture to different countries, I think it's a marvelous thing because that's what we have, and we are so rich in our culture. Talking about the queen this time, you must have heard her singing. So there's rhythm and there's rhythm in her. So it's very easy to give our culture, and she's going to carry our culture and make Sri Lanka very proud about it.
She's not only gifted with beauty, but with a beautiful voice also, right? So since we saw our opening dance act, could you give us a little bit of a brief about that?
Oh yeah, opening dance act. Actually, our beauties, there was the Ayurvedic part coming into that. That was aloe vera, then the sandalwood, then the rose petals, and that's how our beauties were. I mean, treated, and they applied all these essence onto them, and that's how the beauty came out of Sri Lanka. So that's what we're showcasing when you go internationally. That's the Sri Lankan beauty, because we didn't use any chemicals or anything, nothing like that. It was all coming from natural Sri Lanka. So that's what we show actually.
Impressive, Mr. Channa. Have a good night. Thank you for so much. Joining me right now is Mr. Seneka De Silva. Mr. Seneka, how are you doing tonight?
Fine, a little bit tired because we've been rehearsing from morning, but I think everything went off very well and I'm very happy.
That's pretty understandable. So how has the event been so far to you?
Well, we have been doing more difficult pageants where we train about 15 girls other years. But since this, with the pandemic, we decided to keep it low key and we selected one girl to nominate and send. You know, we didn't want to have so many people coming from all these provinces and they have to travel up and down. So for safety's sake also, and these health reasons, we decided to go ahead and keep it very low-key and select only one girl, and we trained her for about almost 2 weeks, I think.
I guess when it comes to choosing, it would have been a bit of a hard task, wasn't it?
Yeah, but already we had this girl who was already there, and she had all the qualifications for this. She had the height and everything. So we nominated her, and it is our responsibility to prepare her for the contest abroad because they have to walk in swimsuits, you know, they have lots of activity there. And she has to perform. She's a good singer, so I think that's a strong point. So they have a Miss Talent, lots of things there. In Puerto Rico, it's going to be a very vivid, colorful presentation. So I think she will do quite well.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Seneka, so much. Have a good evening. Joining me right now is one individual who is responsible for the entire event, Mr. Dhananjay Bandara. How are you doing, Mr. Dhananjay?
All good, being busy with work.
Apparently so. So I'll cut to the chase. What do you think about our new queen for Miss World 2021 Sri Lanka?
Well, this is actually a novelty feeling for the model shop because of the situation of the world, because of the COVID pandemic. So we decided to having a headhunt and find the best girl for Miss World Sri Lanka for 2021. So then we got a Shade. So then she crowned today. So then it was a great pleasure to us to having this with this situation. Yeah.
Was it a hard task with the other contestants also? Would it have been a complicated situation as well?
What do you mean with apparently with the last few years? Yeah, of course, because that is very good entertainment time because we do have a lot of girls and we do have a kind of the procedure and we have to go step by step because you know when you do the pageant there are many girls and it's actually kind of the task. This time from that end we don't have that much task. So then but somehow we found the good girl. I do believe she can rock and she can make the name.
Very well, thank you, Mr. Dhananjay. Have a good evening.
අයිබෝන් මම දෙව්මිනී තත්සරණි 2019 මිස් ශ්‍රී ලංකා ඉතින් අද ගොඩක් සතුටුයි මොකද අපේ මිස් ශ්‍රී ලංකා ජර්නි එකට අලුත් මිස් ශ්‍රී ලංකා කෙනෙක් එකතු වුණා. ඉතින් මුලින්ම යාට විශ් කරනවා වර්ල්ඩ් පැජන්ට් එකටත් ගොඩක් සතුටුයි. ඉතින් ලොකු එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන් තරගයක්. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා එයාටත් හොඳ අත්දැකීමක් වෙයි කියලා.
Joining me right now is none other than Sangeeta. How are you doing, Sangeeta?
Doing great, actually.
How's the night been so far to you?
Well, with the pandemic, not the best, but then being able to see the best in the situation and heading forward, which is, I think, the Miss World Sri Lanka 2021 is a result of that.
So I'll cut to the chase and I'll get to the main question. What do you think about our new queen of Miss Sri Lanka, Miss World Sri Lanka 2021?
Okay, so from the word go, we had the freedom to headhunt our Miss Sri Lanka because of the pandemic situation, and we couldn't really hold the pageant. So Model Shop, me, Dhananjay and Shireen, the three of, because it's Miss World is celebrating their 70th year this year. So it's going to be a very grand festival, the Miss World pageant in Puerto Rico. So we felt that Sri Lanka needs to send a representative. So we headhunted, we found Shadi, we found several girls actually. We did a lot of interviews, and I think Shadi came out the best. And we're actually very proud of her, and I think she'll do us proud too.
Of course, and I guess picking one winner would have been a complicated task, I might add.
Well, not really. It's not as hard as having, all the girls in a pageant. This was just individually headhunted, so it was much easier because we knew the criteria we had to follow, and it was really easy actually. I think Shade was an excellent thing.
I think that's very apparent, and thank you, Ms. Sangita. Finally joining me right now is the queen herself, Shadi. How are you doing, Shadi?
It's an amazing night. I'm feeling amazing. Thank you.
Congratulations, by the way, being the new Miss World Sri Lanka 2021. And what's it finally being like? This probably is a dream come true for you, right? How is it like? How is that feeling right now?
You know, I can't describe this feeling. I just feel elated. It's such an amazing feeling, and I'm so humbled and honored to be given this opportunity by Siata, and I can't wait to bring hopefully glory to Sri Lanka. Thank you.
I think it's very apparent to anyone, you're not only gifted with beauty, but be gifted with a beautiful voice as well. So, what would your message be to anyone who wants to be just like you, could be the next Miss World?
My advice would be dream big and reach for the stars. Nothing is impossible. You just have to put your mind to it, and you can achieve anything.
Puerto Rico, Miss World pageant, how is that like? That could have been a big moment for you.
Yeah, it's so surreal. I'm just so excited. And like I said, I just want to, make Sri Lanka proud. So I'm really looking forward to going to Puerto Rico on the 20th of this month. Yeah.
Impressive, Shadi. Congratulations and have a good night.